Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because what just happened between Papoose and Eazy the Block Captain isn't just messy, it's street poetry with flushed faces and fists. After months of silence, heartbreak, betrayal, and that awkward hoodie photo that no one asked for, Papoose finally snapped. And this time he didn't come up with a verse, but he came up with violence. According to several eyewitnesses, Papoose caught Eazy slipping at a private event. And baby, he didn't come to talk it out. He came swinging. Security was present, but guess what? 'Twas rage, pain, and 10 years of loyalty wasted. We're hearing about tables being flipped, chains being yanked, and Eazy allegedly attempting to hide behind a speaker system. The internet is now asking whether Papoose finally reached his limit and, more importantly, whether Eazy deserved every second of that beating. Let's break it all down right now, because this fight might have changed everything. It was supposed to be just another industry event with low lights, soft drinks, and fake smiles. But by the time the cameras started rolling and the whispers turned to screams, it was obvious that Papoose was done playing nice. Yendi, Eazy, let's back up and paint the picture, because this drama didn't just happen overnight. Ever since rumors about Remy and Eazy the Block Captain began to circulate, the internet has been on a digital manhunt for clues, screenshots, and confessions. What began as mentorship turned into midnight sessions, and before you knew it, he decided to end the silence, surrounded by rappers, influencers, and half a dozen too-late security guards. This wasn't just a man who was pushed to the brink. At first, Papoose didn't say a word, not even a cryptic tweet. But behind that silence, friends close to the family said he was a shell of himself. One insider claimed he stopped going to events, stopped recording music, and even turned down an anniversary special that Bet offered him and Remy. They said he gave her everything, and she gave it to another man like it meant nothing. Now, Eazy, the Block Captain, has arrived. Everyone was talking about whether Remy is cheating, whether Papoose is really that calm, or if he is planning something. Whether it was ego or infatuation, it was evident that Eazy was no longer hiding when he appeared on a podcast 2 weeks prior to the incident. The host asked, in jest, "You ever worry about Papoose catching you out somewhere?" And Eazy, wearing a straight face, replied, "Worry? No, I'm outside. If he wants to talk, we can talk." Oh baby, be careful what you wish for, because the he'd heard enough about arrogance and Papoose. Fast forward to that fateful night, a low-key networking event in Midtown Manhattan. The room was packed with industry leaders, up-and-coming artists, podcast hosts, and a few surprise guests, including Eazy himself. But here's the thing, Papoose wasn't on the guest list. He wasn't scheduled to speak, and he arrived with his eyes locked, wearing an all-black hoodie. According to an eyewitness who spoke anonymously, you could feel the tension as soon as he entered. People stopped moving. It was like something from a movie, more cinematic. Eazy was reportedly standing near the back of the venue, laughing and talking to a small group of fans when Papoose approached. Security noticed right away and started to move over, but it was too late, because before anyone could say anything, Papoose swung. According to witnesses, the first punch landed clean, taking Eazy completely by surprise. The man stumbled back into a speaker system, knocking over a microphone stand. From there was chaos, and security tried to step in, but Papoose wouldn't. Havity continued to swing, grabbing Eazy by the collar with one hand while throwing years of pain with each blow. People were screaming, phones were out, and one DJ reportedly ducked under his own table. And amid all the chaos, one line was purportedly heard from Papoose himself. "You knew what you were doing. You smiled in my face. You knew." Now, let that sit for a second, because that's not a punchline. That's a funeral speech for trust. Security finally broke them up, dragging Papoose back as Eazy staggered to a corner, holding his jaw. He didn't fight back because he realized he deserved it at that moment. Or at least the internet believed so, because within minutes, footage of the altercation began to surface online. was blurry, shaky, and chaotic, just like viral footage. Loves to be. The damage was already done when someone off-camera yelled, "Not in front of the label heads." Another rushing in late, allegedly trying to defuse the situation by yelling, "Stop! Stop! What are you all doing?" Within an hour, hashtag Papoose snaps, hashtag Remy drama, hashtag block captain folded memes went viral. One featured a Mortal Kombat screen with Papoose winning a flawless victory, while another featured an Eazy photoshopped image inside a trash can with the caption, "When bars aren't enough to save your life." However, celebrities began to weigh in, and Fat Joe posted a side-eye emoji on Instagram and wrote, "Told you you'll not play with that man." Fabulous tweeted, "Black love got hands now, huh?" Even 50 Cent, who never misses a good dragging, reposted the punch with his trademark laughing emojis and wrote, "Now that's a remix." The streets were amused, but people knew that this was personal because it wasn't about clout. It wasn't a publicity stunt. It was years of public humiliation and public embarrassment boiling over in front of an audience that once revered them as the model for love. Didn't run, didn't make a statement, and left the venue like a man who had finally used his hands to say what needed to be said. The internet may have been consuming it, but insiders say the aftermath is far from over because of what happened next. Oh, we're just getting started. When Remy Ma arrived late, breathless and confused, the venue floor was still covered in dust. Let's be clear, cameras captured everything as soon as she entered the chaos, and Remy ran in with her assistant and her trademark demeanor. However, this wasn't the Remy we've seen on red carpets or in interviews. Instead, she was a woman who was shaken, panicked, and cornered by a reality she couldn't ignore. One insider told a gossip outlet Remy broke down in the hallway. She was crying not just from embarrassment, but because for the first time it hit her. She's the reason this happened. However, the internet wasn't feeling sympathetic as footage of Papoose storming out hit the web. TikTokers, podcasters, and Twitter detectives swarmed in like emotional vultures, and fan reactions were brutal. During the event, she was overheard screaming, "I told you both to stop." Within hours, hashtags were trending globally. Hashtag justice for Papoose. Hashtag Remy ruined it. Hashtag Eazy folded like laundry. And then came the memes. Oh my God. Eazy. The block captain is in a hospital bed with auto-tune set to flatline. Remy photoshopped herself holding a broken crown with the caption, "Queen of what exactly?" Remy sat there letting Eazy discourse Papoose in interviews. This is what she gets. You gave up black love for a man who was folded in less than 30 seconds. This isn't a love triangle. It's a PR disaster. One video shows Papoose leaving in a composed manner while saying, "The only true one in this entire fucking plot." But the internet wasn't the only battlefield. Media outlets went into full attack mode. TMZ, Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, all. With headlines like Remy Ma's loyalty questioned after Eazy beatdown at industry event. Was this love or just lust? Fans slam Remy Ma for choosing chaos. Sources claim Eazy was warned but laughed it off. And you already know celebs were watching eyes. Cardi B liked a shady tweet that read, "Never clown the man who would have gone to war to protect you." Ah. Joe wrote a mysterious message on Instagram that some of you misunderstood. Loyalty, always, triumphs over lust, even when it comes to Busta. During an interview, Rhymes added, "Papoose is a legend. Man, you don't play with a man like that and expect peace forever." So what did Eazy do? It's 2025. He ran to Clubhouse to tell his side. But few people found it helpful. In a room called Let's Talk About the Papoose Thing, Eazy joined a panel of bloggers and attempted to explain what happened. But instead of showing humility, fans claim he came off as arrogant. "I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect to go like that. I thought it was all behind us, but he made his choice. I had to respect it," he said. This man attempted to use the term respect while his lip was still swollen from to make matters worse. One listener asked Eazy if he regretted his relationship. With Remy Ma, Eazy paused, then replied, "No, she was worth the risk. Cue the firestorm, sir. She was married. Imagine losing a man who would have taken a bullet for you for someone who can't even block a punch," said a widely shared tweet criticizing him as foolish, disrespectful, and immature. However, less than 24 hours after the event, damage control was in full force, and Remy Ma was planning her PR comeback as Eazy thrashed on Clubhouse. According to a statement released by her team, Remy Ma is extremely saddened by the recent events. Personal matters should never escalate into public conflict. She is focused on healing and is requesting privacy at this time. The streets are on fire, and you are requesting privacy. This is not a family vacation. Rather, it is a public scandal with a body count. Meanwhile, Papoose has remained silent, with no tweets, interviews, or subtweets. However, a source close to him claims that his silence is calculated because he doesn't want to fight fire with fire. He has already expressed what he needs to say with his hands and is now focused on moving forward. The worst part is that he is reportedly preparing to release a new song. The title may be closure because that's what this man is giving himself. On beat. Meanwhile, legal drama may be looming. On Twitter, a well-known entertainment lawyer hinted that Eazy might pursue assault charges, particularly since the attack was captured on camera. However, the lawyer added, pursuing charges may open the door for public legal discovery, including DMIs, texts, emails, and anything that could become public record. Therefore, essentially, snitching could open a Pandora's box and make things easier. He is reportedly rethinking filing charges because now, let's not forget about the brand impact. According to multiple insiders, Remy Ma has been dropped from 2 upcoming brand deals. One of them is a wellness partnership, and the other is a podcast series on relationships. The irony is that one executive reportedly stated, "We can't push." A message of healing while she's trending for betrayal. That's just bad optics. As the public gradually returns to Papoose, a remarkable phenomenon is taking place. A loyalty movement is emerging. And TikTok is overflowing with videos that pay tribute to Papoose's poetry, love letters to Remy, and black love. He is transformed from a sad spouse to a hero of the betrayed. One viral caption said, "Papoose didn't lose a wife. Remy lost a warrior," and mic dropped. Fans are doing fan edits that praise his fortitude and honesty. However, this story isn't finished yet because there is still a question that remains. Where will Remy go from here? She tried to play both sides, but now both bridges are on fire. Her man is done, her side dude is bruised, and her image is cracked wide open. Just when you think that things can't get any more chaotic, a different kind of tension begins to build up by the time the smoke clears and the tweet slows down. This tension doesn't play out. According to leaked legal documents from someone close to Eazy the Block Captain's camp, the rapper is now formally reviewing his options with his legal team. The goal is possible assault charges against Papoose and an injunction to stop further public defamation. But here's the killer. Even his own people are torn. One source told a blog anonymously, if he files, sure, he might win in court, but on the streets, he'll never recover. He's already being called soft. Taking legal action would end what little respect he has left. And let's face it, the streets have spoken. Every comment section is a battleground. And let's just say that Team Papoose is winning by a landslide. Even those who had sympathy for Remy earlier in the story are now switching sides. The issue is no longer betrayal, but rather honor, disrespect, and how far someone can go before losing it. However, this is where the story gets complicated. 3 days after the fight, Papoose's team quietly filed a restraining order against Eazy. This wasn't because he was afraid, but rather because, according to sources, Papoose no longer trusts the industry to play fairly. Guess who else might be served? That's right, Remy Ma. A highly placed insider claims there's serious talk about Papoose divorcing. And let's just say it won't be peaceful after what has been leaked because, KB, the voicemails and call logs that have been leaked are worse than anyone could have imagined. Screenshots that fans have reposted show Remy allegedly texting simple phrases like, "I'm so tired of pretending, you make me feel real again. He still thinks we're good, but I'm done playing house. Just wait. A little longer, I promise. I'm yours." One voice memo allegedly had Remy whispering, "He's loyal, but I feel trapped. You make me breathe." As if things couldn't get any more tragic, rumors began to circulate about Papoose's mental health. One blog claimed that he was recently spotted at a wellness center upstate, which isn't a rehab or a hospital, but rather a quiet facility for people recovering from emotional trauma. The headline read, "Loyal, lonely Papoose seeks peace in silence." Fans were devastated, and TikTokers began making video tributes with old photos of Papoose. Remy Moskamp attempted to change the narrative once more. Her PR manager contacted a number of blogs requesting that they refocus the conversation on Rhee's development and female empowerment. One campaign even featured phrases like "she's choosing herself after years of emotional suppression." The internet responded, "Absolutely not." One user responded, "You don't get to play victim after building a house of lies and deception." As if called upon by the internet gods of irony, Remy then posted a picture captioned, "Healing in silence. Moving in truth." Ma'am, you were just dragged online by half the culture, and now you want to hit us with spiritual quotes. The comment section was brutal. "You should have healed before you cheated." Papoose moved in truth. "You moved in dims respectfully to sit this one out." Another empowerment doesn't mean betrayal. You're all confusing self-love with self-centeredness. Teaser clip, no audio. Just a black and white image of him writing something by hand in a studio while slowly staring into the camera. Caption, "Closure coming soon. This isn't just a diss track, and with Papoose behind the pen, it's going to hurt." Music blogs began teasing the idea, and according to one insider, the track will not only address the fight, but will also include real voice recordings, dates, and bars that call out Remy by name. Even Rhee's team is reportedly anxious. One source stated she doesn't know how far he's going to go, but it's Papoose, the heart. And let's not forget Eazy, who is reportedly staying low, canceling appearances, and avoiding all public events. His last Instagram post was deleted, and his last story was blank. He also promised to return to the podcast for part 2 of the conversation, but it's quiet as a mouse. The industry is secretly taking sides, and one promoter has barred Eazy from an upcoming battle rap event, stating that drama cannot be allowed to distract the show. Another well-known podcast has officially barred Remy Ma from guest appearances, claiming that the audience no longer trusts him. And 2 brands that once supported Papoose are now tripling their offers, citing him as a symbol of resilience. Full circle moment for a man who never asked for this. Have left the world waiting for the fallout for the final chapter in a story that has exposed more than just relationship drama. It has shown the cost of betrayal, the strength of silence, and the power of a man who kept quiet until it was time to speak up. Because, in the end, Papoose kept a soul. And in this twisted world of clout chasers with hidden agendas and Instagram illusions, that is the true victory. And there you have it, a love story turned public demolition. A lyrical king forced to throw hands. And a side rapper who received more than just a taste of fame, he received a mouthful of karma. From Remy Ma's silence to her Eazy, swollen ego and face, this story has given us everything. Betrayal, heartbreak, hidden messages, and now a pending diss track that could end careers. So we have to ask you, the real viewers. Faced with Monel, was Papoose wrong for touching him? Or was that justice served lyrically and lethally? Broken heart. Did Remy Ma play herself by choosing attention over authenticity? Is she the biggest home wrecker of the decade? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. To ensure you don't miss the next messy meltdown, leaked message, or diss track that sets the internet on fire. Hit the subscribe bell and turn on your notifications. At Celeb Tycoon, we don't just report the drama, we're setting the kettle on fire. If you're here for the real stories the other blogs are too afraid to tell, smash that like button. Until next time. Time remains disorganized, petty, and connected.